Tales of the Empire Episode 1, The Path of Fear, begins the origin story of Morgan Elsbeth. And with it, Morgan's theme makes its appearance once again along with some other great musical moments. The episode immediately begins with heavy tremolo in the strings. This tremolo effect creates tension and energy through the ongoing motion and movement without the composer having to do too much. As the camera descends on the Nightsisters battling the droid army, a track similar to music we hear during Order 66 enters. Now, this siege of Dathomir occurs well before Order 66, so it was a little strange to fit here, but I already went on this exact same tangent with the Kiners recently during a Bad Batch episode, so I'm just going to leave it at this was the wrong music for the wrong event. I was curious if maybe this music had been used during the Clone Wars episode that this battle runs parallel to, and I actually think I found it. As Ventress's sister dies in her arms, you can hear an almost identical beginning to both lines as the most painful moment occurs. It comes back again as Mother Talzin speaks to Ventress at the end of the episode.
Is upon us, sister. Run. Save yourself.
But I'm glad I had the chance to go back and see early Filoni and Kiner as well. It just gave me a chance to appreciate how far the animations and the music have come over time. Because now, Season 4 of Clone Wars looks terrible compared to the animation in this amazing Tales of the Empire. And the music in this episode of Clone Wars was just underimpressive. It's so cool to see how far this has all come in 20 years as a Star Wars fan. The music continues in descending steps, creating pain while the woodwinds and strings add flurries in the background, keeping the energy and tension of the scene moving.
Mother!
It pauses for a moment as the Night Sister is stabbed by Grievous. As he enters the screen, the low brass enter to add weight to his presence. As the battle picks up again, the strings take up a new ostinato to carry the battle forward. The brass join them next as the tension increases. As Grievous gets the upper hand in the battle, the trumpet enters with a short motif that I don't recognize. So, if you know this one, please help me out in the comments. A moment of silence takes over next as Grievous stabs her. It returns again as he cuts her down. The low brass continue with the strings as Morgan flees. The music shifts very quickly though as she begins to hide. Instead, we move to soft beats in a synth drum while the strings add smears and swells over top. The smears turn into a cluster as she continues to hide from the commando droid, adding more and more tension as the strings add more and more dissonance to the music. Finally, they begin playing tremolos for even more tension before the commando shoots her down. As Morgan falls, the music in the woodwinds descends with her. It continues with flails in the woodwinds and high strings as she flails on the ground, and the scene becomes much busier, just like the music. A brief motif being hocketed or broken up between different sections of the brass begins to enter as Morgan defeats the commando droid. As Morgan witnesses the mayhem and massacre of her people, the strings move in glissandi that leaves us feeling sick and overwhelmed, just as the Night Sister must now feel watching her sisters die. They move into calmness as she faints on the battlefield. The same track from the beginning enters again as she's found, underscoring the destruction that is all around her now. As Morgan wakes, a solo violin plays short 1 and 2 note fragments. It reflects how Morgan is a little out of sorts right now, confused and lost. And it was cool in general to see another clan on Dathomir and to just see more of the culture of this planet than simply Mother Talzin's group. Choir enters to add weight as Morgan looks out on the destruction that took place on her sisters.
I'm afraid there's nothing left.
As Morgan and Nolly hide in the shadows, the music here began with something that actually sounded like Dr. Hemlock's theme. I'm sure it was unintentional, but it was very obvious since we just finished the Bad Batch. And it's very likely that the Kinders just jumped directly into this after finishing the scoring for the Bad Batch, and maybe just unintentionally had that in the back of their minds. But did anyone else catch this as they were watching?
You need only ask. I watched. Your way of life will no longer be enough to protect your people.
As fear begins to take hold of Nale, the warning given to her is accompanied by more clusters and dissonances in the strings, summoning the caution and fear that she is being warned against. It also follows Nale as she joins the group with Morgan. As Morgan finds the weapons left by her sisters, her theme finally enters, adding a haunting chill to this powerful character. As they exit the base and are ambushed by droids, the music picks up in the brass. The music from the opening battle returns as the massacre takes over again. The Mountain Clan's mother arrives to take out the droids, but as she goes to her daughter, the music resides into mourning. But I would absolutely love to know what all of you think. Did this feel like enough origin story about Morgan Elsbeth for you? Were you excited to see more cultures and clans on Dathomir? Tell me in the comments below what you think, and consider checking out my Patreon page using the link in the description, where you can help support this channel for as little as $1 a month, or download PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them, along with other perks at higher tiers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of a galaxy far, far away, and as always, may the be with you.